Yerp. Gonna give everybody another minute to join and then we will get started. Um, I'm pretty much doing this today. You know, for those who, well, let me test this out real quick. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Perfect. You know, for those who could make the live session, I know it's already late. So I'm not expecting too many people to join up for our session for today. Well, for tonight. Usually we do these sessions on the weekend, right? Either Saturday or Sunday early in the morning, but I have a pretty busy weekend coming up. So gonna do it today. We're gonna do the weekly market breakdown. We'll do it tonight. We'll go over again the same pairs that we look at every single day, the ones that you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name. Starting off with AUD USD and finishing off with silver. If you guys have any other questions about any other specific pairs, just let me know. Am I missing one? No. ACAD, but we said we are gonna turn that off for now. Alright, cool. And for those watching the recording, again, I know there's gonna be a few guys watching the recording. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to let me know. Message me on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll get back to you guys. I promise, I will. I'm out of Red Bull, and I really want to go grab another one. We'll give everybody fair time that I just turned the stream on. I'll give everybody another 5 minutes while I contemplate whether or not I want to go grab another Red Bull or if I should just drink water. But I am contemplating. I want to get another Red Bull so bad. I'm not gonna grab another Red Bull. It's all good. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, just giving everybody another 3 minutes to join. At 10:55, we will get started. Any questions? Just let me know. Man, people got nothing to do, bro. Shit's crazy. You know what's the problem with doing these sessions so late? I'm gonna vent real quick and then I'll get started. For some odd reason, every single time I get off my charts, I get hungry. For some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things where I'm just a fatty, bro. I don't know what to say. So then once I'm done with this session, I have to not only sit here and think about the Red Bull that I didn't drink, but then I also have to think about the fact, yo, it's 11 p.m. Nobody's gonna be eating at this time. I'm good. Like, that's the problem. We're like 11 p.m. on a Friday. Could go to City Walk and go get a butter beer. Fuck. Alright, yo, let's get started. So, there's gonna be a recording, pretty much, right? I'm doing the live session, so anybody who wants to watch it live, they can, but for the most part, this is gonna be live streamed, then uploaded to the people who are gonna watch it this weekend and get ready for the new trading week. With that being said, I'm gonna do my best to try to not speak too much and just talk some bullshit, right? I'm gonna try my best to give you guys as much information as possible. So this could be a quick watch. You know, you guys could always pause, go back, do what you gotta do on the recording. So I'm gonna try to do my best to talk about everything and anything that we need to speak about with every single pair. Again, weekly market breakdown. We'll go over the overall market makers pattern, where we're at, what we're looking for, what we could be expecting. We'll update our daily highs and lows if we need to. We'll update our daily time frame separators right at our months. At this point, we're already at the beginning of the next trading month, right? We're already in March 28th, last day of the month, which is tomorrow, Saturday. So when the markets open, um, Sunday evening, 7 p.m., Monday morning, we already know we're already going to be in March, and we'll get ready. We'll see if we have any continuations on the daily time frame. Do the same thing on the 4 hour, update our 4 hour highs, 4 hour lows. We'll update our weekly outlook, see how many weeks of rise and drops do we have. Do we have any continuations? And do the same thing on the 30-minute, right? Update our 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows, see if we have any continuations, 372s, etc., etc. Um, Anything else that I wanted to add? I don't think so. Let's get this party going. So, AU, we know we are in level 3 on a downtrend. Right, we had the first push, first zone of consolidation, the second push, second zone of consolidation. Then we had the break of structure of the zone of consolidation where price gave us a lower low. And when we're looking at structure, we know we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Price moved sideways, then gave us the lower low break of structure. And all we're looking for is for price to give us a set high at these at the top of the zone of consolidation, which we would consider our safety trade. Now again, same thing I've been explaining for the last couple sessions, or that I've been explaining in the last couple sessions. Just because price is in your point of interest to start looking for trades, does that mean you take a trade right away? No. Right? This is on the daily time frame. So now I'm gonna go down into the 4 hour, then I'll go down into the 30-minute, And on the 30-minute and lower is where I'll start looking for those entries. Right now on the daily time frame, we know we had 3 months of rise, right, which was February, January, and December. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. Now, having gaps in the market, we know they reset the trend. We have a gap here at the bottom on the 30-minute. We have a gap up at the opening candle for the month of February. So we know that technically speaking, could price continue this uptrend? Absolutely. Looking at structure, am I expecting that to happen? No. Right now on the daily time frame. That's okay. We go down now to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a week of no net. Then for this week, we have a week of another week of no net, just 2 weeks where price was moving sideways. We know that on the 4-hour, we're also trading higher high, higher low. Price gave us a higher high, came down, gave us a higher low. Still hasn't given us an inducement or a clean inducement of the 4-hour highs just yet. Right? So again, could price go up a little bit higher? Absolutely. The 30-minute time frame is really what we want to keep an eye on. And remember what I was talking about. I told you guys I'm going to keep all of these drawings here so you guys could see that this isn't in hindsight. I'm going to keep this here for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. On the 30-minute, we're a little bit too close. We're only 5 pips away from it being a no net. So I'm not going to update this just yet. We'll wait for the market open. And we'll update this on Monday morning's trading session. However, we had a gap here in the 5-minute time frame. Price came up, filled it, right? The 2 engulfing candles that we talked about yesterday and why we already knew these were low probability. If you took these trades straight to stop loss, both of them, and then they hit your stop loss and then go the way that you wanted to trade, right? Why does that happen? Right? You see this on the timeline all day, every day. Yo, I took a trade, it went to stop loss, and then it went into the way that I wanted it to go to. Why does it happen? This is why. Because you're trading in the area where the market makers are purposely doing that. After an inducement in a little zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, we already know the behavior of this. Again, same thing I explained yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's session, go watch it. Same thing I explained. You know that the fire is hot. Why are you going to touch it? You know you're in a zone of consolidation. Why are you taking a trade? You already know what the zone of consolidation is. You already know what the definition is. Once you understand what the definition is, and once you could visualize it on the chart, why, as a trader, why would you put yourself in a situation where you're taking a low probability setup? It doesn't make any sense, right? So that's the way you have to think about trading. Again, if this is something you want to do full time, if this is something you want to do as a career, if you want to make real money from trading, these are things you have to be able to see in real time every single day with every single pair that you're trading. And you guys will see, again, I treat every single pair the same way. I trade them the exact same way. The only difference, some pairs are uptrending, some pairs are downtrending, and some pairs are in a zone of consolidation. Right? But the rules are the same. The rules are exactly the same. The trend is your friend, looking for the breakouts, looking for the continuations. Keeping it simple. Trading is as easy as you want to put it. It's only difficult if you don't know the information. Right, so EA, I'm gonna update this pair, but again, this is a pair where right now I'm not really trading it. So I'm gonna just keep this chart updated for now. If I see anything by the time that I'm updating this, I'll let you guys know. But I will say this, I don't like having so much stuff on my chart. Like, all these drawings kind of piss me off a little bit. Right, ECAD, another pair that we're just gonna skip through. Again, I'm gonna update it just to have my charts updated. But right now, why am I not trading ECAD? We're in a huge zone of consolidation. We had 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, a whole month where price is just moving sideways. And again, I keep trading very simple. The trend is your friend. There's no trend, and there's no friend. That's what it's gonna be now. There's no trend, there's no trade. Fuck that. If there's no trend, there's no friend. And somebody who's not my friend is not gonna give me $50. You know, a real friend would be like, you know what, man, here's 50 beans. Here's a buck 50. Right? EU, another pair. I'm not trading. Where are we? Currently in level 2. Right? We talked about this, I believe, on either Monday or Tuesday, sometime this past week, where I still want to say that we are in level 2 on an uptrend because price, technically speaking, is still uptrending, making higher highs and higher lows. Instead of saying that this is the second zone of consolidation on an uptrend and we're looking for level 3. Especially the fact that price never gave us a valid break of these highs, which would be considered the high of the zone of consolidation. It just continued the uptrend, higher high, higher low the entire time. We had 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. What did the market do? Went sideways. Again, it's following the rules every single time. This is just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Same shit every single day, guys. Every single day. Nothing changes. On the 4 hour, we had a week of no net. Again, price is just moving sideways this week. And we can see that here where price is just rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, lows, highs, lows. I said that backwards, I don't know. It's all good. You guys get what I'm saying. Right, so EU's another pair. Right now, nothing for me. I'll wait for price to get out of these zones of consolidation. Once we start trending, that's when I'll start trading. It's very simple. And I said this in the beginning of this week. I'm like, the markets kind of look a little boring. GA is another pair where you're just gonna skip through it. This is one that I'm not really trading. For right now, right? Could we say that we're finally on an overall downtrend? You know, we flipped this from being on an overall uptrend to a downtrend. We could say that, but I would like to see that first zone of consolidation be made first. Give us the first push, give us the second push, or I'm sorry, I want to see the second zone consolidation be made. Sorry, I said that backwards. All right, once we get that break, we'll catch the continuations. No problem. We'll catch the trade. We'll catch the continuation. But for right now, just gonna let price do what it has to do. For some of these pairs, you guys see that I'm not updating. You know, for this one, I'll do it now, but we still don't have any set 4-hour lows just yet, so we might need to update this again. There was a few other pairs that you guys saw that I skipped that I did an update like this. I'm not going to touch the daily lows because we still don't have any set lows just yet. Price is just continuing that push. So I'm going to let GA do what it has to do here. Right? If it wants to give us that second zone consolidation and it gives it to us below the 800, exactly where it needs to be, then perfect. I'll take those trades at the top of the zone of consolidation back to the bottom. Once we get the break of the zone of consolidation, once it's made, then we'll catch those trades of continuation all the way back to the bottom. And again, this is a pair that I'm expecting price to at least go down another 2,300 pips. So I'm okay with missing the tops, right? Because as soon as the market gives me the confirmations that we are going to continue this downtrend push, and price isn't just going to be respecting these lows to go back to the top side, then cool, I'll take those trades back to the bottom. Now, if price gives us the inducements and we start uptrending and we see that this is just going to be a continuation of the trend overall to get another high made, then perfect. But right now, I'm not expecting it. We already reached our previous peak highs. We could see, okay, yeah, we could argue and say, but this isn't a clean first zone of consolidation, and we could argue saying that we're already in level 2. Perfect. Once I get that second zone of consolidation, that'll give us so much more information. So as of right now, GA just taking a step back. GCAD, we're also in another zone of consolidation where we are in level 3 on an uptrend, expecting price to reach our previous peak highs up over here. And again, price is just in a zone of consolidation. We had a month of rise last month. The month for February, we had a month of drops, so no continuations. We don't have to update our daily highs or lows just yet. Price is just moving sideways. Nothing to update on the 4-hour. Our highs and lows are in the same spot. We have 2 weeks of counter drop. No problem. This could be a no net too if the market open. Oh, it's 30 pips. I don't think we'll. No way we open up with that big of a gap in the beginning of the week. And then on the 30-minute, we have 2 days of drop. And again, we don't need to update our 30-minute highs and lows just yet. We're trading in the same area, huge zone of consolidation, and prices just going back to the bottom of that zone of consolidation. So GCAD could be a good pair to keep an eye on for the beginning of the new week, for the new month. And you know, if price gives us an inducement of these lows, pretty much exactly what's doing right, what it looks like it did before the market closed when it went back to the low of the zone of consolidation. If it gives us the inducement, and on the lower time frame, the 5 minute specifically, or the 1 minute, if it gives us the change of character break back to the top side, we know we can take those trades going right back to the top. So for now, we just got to be a little bit patient, give it some grace. All right, this is getting out of hand. Can't even see the candles, man. For those who wanted the drawings, man, go back and take a screenshot on the other stream. This is way too much. Way too much on my screen right now. All right. You have a month of drop. No continuations. Still trading in the same range, same areas. Nothing really to talk about. We're in peak high territory for GJ, so at this point, what I'm looking for is the easiest continuation trades. Once we get those continuation trades, then perfect. We'll start looking for trades. We have the change of character to the bottom side, no valid break just yet. So as of right now, nothing really to talk about. On the 30-minute, we wanted to see a valid break of the shoulder head shoulder for us to continue to look for those shorts. Did we get a valid break? No. Price gave us the inducement right early on during the Asia session. Gave us the inducement, came back to the top side, rejected the highs, came back down, just a little small zone of consolidation where price is rejecting highs and rejecting lows, came back to the lows, gave us the inducement once again, turned around, went right back to the top side. Finished on a day of no net where price is just moving sideways today. That's okay. Price is doing exactly what it needs to do. Shoulder head, created that second shoulder, gave us the inducement of the first shoulder. Still no confirmation that price is going to continue these downtrend pushes. Gonna wait it out. Said this yesterday. It's only two things I'm looking for. I'm either looking for price to break these lows to continue to go short, or I'm looking for price to give us the inducement of these lows to continue back to the top side. Once we get those confirmations, then it's go time. So GJ would be another pair. Keep a very close eye on GJ for the beginning of this new week. Should be a very interesting pair to keep an eye on. GU, very similar to EU. We are in level 2. Again, could we say that we are in the second zone consolidation or an uptrend? Again, at this point, not really liking that. Price is still giving us higher high, higher low, higher high. Even though we can see price moving sideways, we are still making higher highs and higher lows. Very similar to EU2, we had 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. What did the market do? It pushed price to the bottom side. Gave us a month of drop. Perfect. Again, market is going to do the same shit every single time. There's nothing different. We had a week of drop last week. This week gave us a no net, no problem, no continuations. Not really interested on the 4 hour. Not really interested on the 30-minute either. We're still making lower low, lower high, lower low. Price came up, gave us a lower high point. Price came back down into the 30-minute lows. Still hasn't given us a new lower low. Again, this is pretty much where price is just moving sideways, trapping traders all day, every day. And you guys already know the deal. The trend is your friend. Price is moving sideways. I'm not even paying attention to it. I want to see the trend. If there's no trend, there's no trade. Again, it's very simple. It's very simple. Very, 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 very simple. 2 days of drop on US30. I'm going to mark this up as a 372 for now, even though I don't like it. We already have the change. We already have the break. We already had the third push. We never got a valid break. This is an inducement. Could we be expecting price to continue to go short? Is not something that I'm expecting. but it is something that could happen. At this point, I'm more looking for price to go back up, at least to give us a pullback. Um, that's mainly because, again, on the 30-minute, never got those valid breaks. On the higher time frames, daily time frame, we have a month of no net. We had 2 months of rise. This month being the third month, it gave us that third month push and finished as a no net. Could we be expecting a fourth month variation back to the top side again? That could happen. I'm going to be very cautious of that. On the 4-hour time frame, what are we doing? We're still making higher highs and higher lows. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, and right now we're sitting in the higher low. What do we also see? Shoulder, head. Well, what could we see the market makers doing now? Creating that second shoulder. So again, regardless of everything else that we just spoke about, before I could consider US30 to continue to go short within this area, I need to see price give me a valid break of these lows. If price gives us an inducement, we're going to do the same thing we did over here. Take the trades at the bottom to go back to the top. Take the trades at the bottom to go back to the top. Right? Take the trades at the top to go back to the bottom the same way we did here. Remember, this was... See if we can roll that back on the 30-minute. See how far back we can go. Right? Take these trades from the top after the inducement to go where? Back to the bottom. Take the trades from the bottom to go back where? Back to the top. So we just want to be patient, guys. This is a repeated cycle. You know, for those who don't believe that there's patterns in the market and there's no patterns in the market, there's what happened today is not gonna work out tomorrow. All right. I could tell you haven't been on the charts for a very long time, and if you have been, you've been fucking trading like this, your eyes closed. Been trading with your fucking elbows, man. I don't know what to tell you. Really don't know what to tell you. Man, these last couple pairs, guys, you already know I don't really do my breakdowns on them during the weekly market breakdown or the isolation session. These are pairs, you know, US30, gold, Bitcoin, oil, silver. Those are pairs that I talk about and I go over during our live trading sessions in the morning. Doing a breakdown on them is just, you're just talking shit because these pairs have been moving like fucking crazy. And right, you could give your analysis and you know, my whole thing. Let's talk about my reasoning. My reasoning is I don't trade Asia session, and for the most part, gold, silver, oil, Bitcoin, they've been moving a lot during the Asia session. So with that being said, since I don't trade Asia, I don't really care for it. Right, so we got a break of the 30-minute zone of consolidation on gold, which is perfect. I don't know why my trading view got so slow once I got to the end of my list. Bitcoin gave us a month of drop last month. This month, well, we still got tomorrow to update this chart, but we'll do it now. We got 2 months of drop. And we're still moving sideways at these lows. So you guys already know the trend is your friend. Is Bitcoin currently trending? Ew. Oil gave us a week of rise last week. This week it gave us a second week of rise. Daily time frame we have, all right. See what I'm saying? It's just way too much for no reason. Second month, I guess we'll put it as a second month for now. Fuck it. If we need to update that on Monday morning, we will. 30-minute time frame, 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. What do we do? Why not? Again, repeated cycle. Whatever pair you want to go to, man. You want to go look at corn? You want to go look at cow? You want to go look at wheat? You want to look at fucking exotic pairs? You want to go look at the regular options, right? Nvidia, Tesla, fucking Apple. Go look. Go look. Test all these rules on whatever pair you want to go and look at. I've done my research. I've done my due diligence already on the chart. And then silver gave us a valid break of the highs, right? Gave us the inducement of the low. Exactly what we talked about yesterday. Exactly what we talked about. We're going to see the inducement of the low for price to go back to the highs. At the highs, what are we looking for? The same thing, either an inducement or the break. Did we get, which one did we get? We got the break. Perfect. All right, so this kind of already gives us a little head start on what we could be expecting for next week and the next upcoming days on silver. We had a week of rise. We had 2 weeks of rise. Perfect. Perfect. Still on an uptrend. And then on the daily time frame, again, very close to being a no net. There's a big pair. Still 55 pips, 500 pips. We'll mark it as a month of rise. If we need to update this, we will, but I think that we will have to. That's 50. The big move on silver. But that's pretty much it. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. It's a pretty quick session. Again, not really looking at anything too crazy for this upcoming week. There's a few pairs to keep an eye on, but nothing really that catches my attention. So where I could be like, yo, make sure you guys like Monday might be a day where again I'm just babysitting the charts. Just letting price action do what it has to do. I'm letting price move, letting the market develop. Once we get those solid confirmations, that's when I'll come back on the charts. So hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys we'll definitely see you on Monday. If I don't turn the stream on in the morning, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But we'll definitely be live at 7 p.m. for the isolation session. So peace out. We'll see you guys later.